It's a power hour.
Hyped up, amped up. I'm Zell.
I'm Braden.
I'm Dan. I'm Andrew.
I'll tell you, Zell made an excellent point that what we're going to use this Monday night time slot for from now on. We're going to come on here regular time, and you guys are just going to watch us nap for a fucking hour.
I'm gonna put my cam above, laying down. I'm gonna sit on that couch over there.
Yeah.
Put my feet up.
Why you fucking? Why you dead naming Zell? You already came up with this new name. It's perfect.
Oh, with that hat? I don't think he had Fidel Castro.
That's pretty good.
I actually don't know where this hat came from. I just found it today.
Cuba.
For Cuba. Yeah.
What does it say on the front? Does it say anything? Can you read that?
It says "Viva la Resistance."
Viva la Resistance.
Signed by Castro under the rim here, actually, I believe.
Oh, fuck yeah, buddy.
Is this a hat that Castro wore? Does it look same style?
Close, buddy.
Like the long brim with the short top?
Kind of, yeah. It's just one little box here. It's
like
good. It's nice looking at.
5-panel.
I bet it goes fucking great with your Sanooks.
I haven't worn those in years. Ever since I used to wear them to the job site one time and I stepped on a nail. And because they're just foam, like usually most shoes will like absorb most of it. It just went straight through my foot.
They're not CSA approved for.
There's just zero rubber. It's just foam. So everything you can put a staple through your foot. So ever since then,
I go barefoot.
I probably just go barefoot. Be more careful.
It's better for your feet too.
Yeah, keeps them strong. Flexes them.
I've been going fucking Mowgli everywhere now.
Feels good.
Do a little grounding. That's great. Work out it's the best part of having my own gym is I get to fucking work out barefoot.
Do you ever try and go see how far you can walk on the pavement before you can't? Like hot coals kind of?
All the time. Yeah, it's awful. I always used to be that guy that would be like on Gyro Beach. I'd ditch my fucking sandals and try and do the walk. Yeah. Like I'd be hard until you get a little bit close to the water and then be like, fuck it. Just slowly get faster.
Drinking wine tonight.
Have you guys ever done a chemical peel or anything on your feet?
Like a chemical peel? That doesn't sound safe at all.
No, when I lived in Thailand,
that's how fucking Jack Napier turned into the Joker, buddy.
Well, my feet, I got Joker feet. Maybe that's how I got this fungus.
Good chance.
That sounds like a new. I think you just invented a new disease, dysfungus.
Dysfungus.
He's got dysfungus.
But like I got this. Always barefoot in the summer, and especially like around Thailand, like. I'd have flip-flops of Bailey hanging on my feet and I'd kick, you'd walk and you'd like,
foot fungus?
And you'd kick them like 10, when you kick your flip-flops like 10 feet ahead of yourself, like, but just by accident, like you just catch something and it flicks. So do that all the time, like on the pavement. Dude, my feet were just all callous. The toughest my feet have ever been. And then like Dan and I used to, like if we were going to a movie or decide to go to a movie, a lot of times there's like not a lot of in between time where you're like, we don't have enough time to SkyTrain like back home. We don't have enough time to like, it's too early to go to the place we're supposed to go. So normally when that would happen is we would pop into like either like a massage place, get like a foot massage,
rub and tug.
Little king massage. And then, go, get something because sometimes they have like a half hour. You can get a Swedish massage, and we just do that. You'd be like, "Well, fuck it, whatever. We got time." And one time I got I got a lot of mani and pedis there.
Oh, they're the best.
Treat your feet.
Yeah, they're the best.
Really? Feet massage is the best.
So one time the girl like touched my foot, and she was like, "Ugh. Like it's so rough." She's like, "Why don't we do like a peel thing?" And I'm like, "All right, sure." Like I'd never had a gun. So they wrapped my feet in the shit. I don't even know what it was. I don't even know. But it was like some plaster. They wrapped it and then they put my feet down to like rest in some like water or something. And then I just sat there, right? And then I was getting like massaged. And then after like 20 minutes, they took the stuff off, unpeeled my feet, and she took like a scraper and she went like on the bottom of my foot and just went like this. And it was honestly the skin that she just peeled off. I was like, oh, dude, I had baby feet. I could not walk on my feet. Everything was so sensitive. It was so soft. I was like,
shit.
That sounds absolutely terrible.
How long did it take you to get man feet again?
10 years.
Fucking Detective Baby Legs over here.
I did, dude. It was
awful.
It was it's actually painful. It was like they're so sensitive to like the heat and everything. I was like, goddamn, like you'd get a little pebble in your sandal and step on it, and like normally it's painful. It was like excruciating. Oh,
because they got fucking acid on your feet, and then they cheese grated you.
I'm looking now, like my feet are getting kind of dry, and I'm like, man, you know what? I'd probably do one of those again. The old foot reset, back to baby feet.
Fuck that. Give me my fucking calloused Mowgli feet any day to walk on fucking anything. I'll take it.
All right, before I steal from Andrew, what were you gonna bring up?
What do you mean?
I'll bring it up.
What are you talking? What, like we jumping into topics?
Yeah, we're jumping into topics.
Let's knock on the door. Topics. Hold on, Zell's gotta close the door.
What the hell? I hope it's some rapper.
I dropped this hot fire.
Yeah, let me in here.
Dial on.
This is unbelievable. It's so unprofessional.
He's gotta get one of those little store signs, like
on-air
in
signs.
studio.
or like a red light or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting one of those for my desk at work to be like turn on just so I'm on the phone.
On duty.
Because most of the time I keep my headset on at work, and I'm just listening to music like on YouTube or something on my computer. And people are always like, "Are you on the phone?" I'm like, "No." Like,
was that Kelowna's new hit rapper or what?
I just
want to lay down some tracks.
Put this chair on the road, and some guy just, I guess, decided that he had to come knock first to take it.
Well,
what's that chair doing out there?
Pretty nice chair there you got out on the street.
It's free.
Were you doing
please
street
take
sitting?
it.
Yeah.
Were you doing some street
smells like farts, but I'll take it
away.
Yeah. He threw it in the back of your Tacoma and just fucking stole it.
That's the old studio chair. That thing, even though it's leather, is completely drenched in sweat. Ass sweat. Just years of ass sweat, man.
Yeah, no, I've gone through a couple chairs now.
Yeah, you just they're leather, but it doesn't matter.
Probably got to the summer, and then that's it.
Yeah, that doesn't matter after a while. Can't save him. So good luck, that guy. He's gonna get home. He's gonna sit on. He's like,
oh, he's gonna
smells like farts.
He's gonna release all the toxins.
All the farts.
Oh, brutal.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, nice of him to ask, I guess, even though it's directly on the road with the free sign on it.
I said, really? He probably thought you were doing some street sitting. You just like put it out there to hang out.
And I saved my spot with a free sign when I leave.
Weird. I just got to make sure that there's not an invisible guy sitting on this that's free. So I'm going to go knock on the door.
Oh, he thinks it means free to sit in. Like,
you know, it's a weird thing too. Is why would he knock on the studio door? That seems like a weird door to knock on. That's like 100% looking at your house. That's not the front door.
I think he was cracking the door open to see what else was free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's weird because like if I was at your house and I saw a chair, that's the last
but it's
door
under
I would go
construction.
to.
Your front's under construction.
That's right.
Now,
That's
isn't
probably
it?
right. Yeah.
Still.
Are you concerned now, Zell?
No.
You want your fur chair back?
I had it for free. And then someone messaged me. I said, sure, come pick it up. But it wasn't that guy. It was just some other guy who just took the guy who just came now. So now, now this guy's on his way. I'm like, there's no chair here. Sorry.
Oh.
Someone stole it.
Yeah, somebody scooped it.
Someone stole the chair. Sorry, man.
That guy's going to be really angry. I always find that with people on fucking
It's free. I don't care.
Yeah, I get mad at you and you're like, fucking.
I fucking hate selling stuff on Marketplace.
People have no ethics. No selling ethics on Marketplace.
No,
buddy,
is it etiquette?
Etiquette. Or ethics, depending which side of
They'll sell anything.
Depending which side you're on.
But I'm the worst person because I'm the spam lowballer. I'll find something I want and I'll just send out 400 lowballs. And then when it's my time to sell something, somebody comes in with a fucking lowball. Yeah. And I'm literally like, I literally told the guy, I'm like, I'd rather donate this thing to the fucking landfill than give it to you for that price. Don't come at me with that shit. Like I refuse. You get a lowball me, I'm insulted. Makes me upset.
I'm the same thing. It's like all my stuff is premium, best of the best.
Yeah, number one, good price.
Yeah. They're like, will you budget all on the price? And the funny thing is I would, but I'm like, I'm not going to say that. Don't you know how to haggle?
You got to haggle.
You got to come with cash. You got to come with cash in hand. That's how you haggle.
Yes. You don't haggle fucking.
No, like if I was buying Zell's chair, I'd be coming with cash. I'd walk up and be like, well, it smells like farts, buddy.
Yeah. How about
I'll take it for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
I'm doing you a favor. Realistically, I'm doing you a favor by taking this.
Yeah. You know how much it's going to cost to get rid of this thing with the environmental price I'm going to have to pay to get it disposed of?
The recycling fee at the dump is astronomical now. You can't take anything to the dump.
Really?
You can't even take
refuse. Full of shit I got to take tomorrow.
You might as well just throw it in the woods because that's how expensive it is.
Burn it. Yeah.
Bigfoot can be living. Sasquatch can be
donate to
living
Bigfoot's hideaway.
I've had a fire in my backyard going for 3 days straight, burning branches because they charged me $60 to take a trailer full of branches. And I was like, this was free last year. They're like, yeah, it's not free anymore. I was like, I've got like $1,000 of branches.
Oh,
I was like,
so they'd rather you just burn it.
Yeah, oh yeah, baby. So I've just had a smoldering fire going, and I bring the rake and just drag a couple more fucking.
They didn't think that through when they're trying to combat climate change. Now people are burning their compost. It's instantly releasing that carbon. It's their fault. It's a landfill's fault.
I don't even believe in carbon. That's all big oil, man. Trying to put the blame on me so they can all the fucking elite can fly their jets. How many turtles have you seen with straws other than the one famous one?
Well, it's not. Well, there's a straw, the one with the nose, but what are they called? Those 6-pack holders? What are those called?
I've never seen a bird trapped at the beach in one of those.
No,
Ever.
but do you seen the turtle that had it grown around his shell? Remember that? He had like the hourglass shape. It's awful.
Oh, I've seen tons of
feel
those
like.
photos. But that's not what people are mad about. The plastic. People are mad about for burning the fossil fuels. The plastic's fine. You dump that in the ocean. No big deal.
Yeah, we're making extra fucking garbage with plastic.
If you listen to the news, no one says anything about the plastic. It's all about the fuel. Plastic's fine.
Listen to this.
Buy plastic. Buy everything plastic. Throw it away. Single use. Everything's wrapped in plastic. They won't give you a plastic bag at the grocery store, but every piece of groceries you have is wrapped in plastic. It's funny. It's pretty funny.
It's just a tiny little fucking like a cucumber, and it's wrapped in like 6 inches of fucking
and
plastic.
It's thick.
That you got to crack open.
It's like the cucumber has natural skin. Can we fucking give me a cucumber? No, you got to wrap it. Shrink wrap.
There is a barge this weekend that had a fuel truck, a full fuel check on it, that went overboard into the ocean, and you're going to give me shit about tossing some fucking plastic in there?
Exactly.
But we shouldn't toss plastic.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
What I'm saying is that truck of fuel
the message
is a
there.
lifetime. It's more than a lifetime of the garbage.
All right. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying my wrong is less wrong than dumping a full fuel truck.
There's scales of wrong.
There's scales of wrong.
That's fair.
Yeah. And all you wanted to do was recycle your branches. Put them in. They would have chipped them up, make bark mulch or whatever.
Now I'm throwing garbage in.
Now you're just burning it straight into the air.
Well, here's my question, Braden, is you've already, you're circumventing the costs of the landfill by burning branches. I know you. How long until you start burning garbage? Because you're too lazy to take that fucking throw it away.
It's too lazy to take it to the road.
Funny story.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just
to get the fire going, all recycling that I had. Like all cardboard shit. I was like, it's all in the burn pile now, baby.
You burn the trash, you get that nice smoky smell.
It goes up and makes stars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come on.
We know how that works.
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
Accurate. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
That's Charlie Kelly, right?
Yeah. PhD in starology.
In bird law. He's got a fucking PhD in bird law.
He's also in bird law.
No, but for real, that's when I found that out, is that that individual carbon footprint, that's that's a marketing ploy by Big Oil. Big Oil. Big Oil put the blame from the big industry onto the consumer.
Hey, you know what your carbon footprint is? Zero. You burn the oil. We just ship it. We ship the oil.
Buddy, what I want to know is how did they dispose of that fucking dead fungus foot skin of yours? Where did that shit go?
You better not have, if you burnt that, that's how you.
They probably burnt it.
You started something.
Honestly, she probably made 2 full candles out of it.
They chucked that thing right in the river.
Human skin candle.
I've been down to the Chao Phraya in the morning. That thing is fucking. You fall in there you got to get 10 different shots the river there. You got to get a series of shots.
Man,
that's awful.
The craziest pollution I ever seen was in Indonesia, in Bali. Honestly, every ditch was full. There was no more room for anything. There's only garbage. All the weeds are covered in garbage, the mud, plastic everywhere. It's insane. I couldn't believe it.
Where was this?
Bali in Indonesia.
Indonesia?
Every time we went to Jakarta, my ship pulled in there. Like we have the big intakes on the bottom of the ship to pull in like cooling water into like the engines and stuff. And it was like we had to clean that shit out because they would get clogged like regularly.
Honestly,
which is fucking
so much plastic in the ocean. I couldn't.
Fucking gross.
When the wind was coming the right way and the surf was coming in, you could watch the plastic ride the wave like a fucking barrel of plastic coming in. Fucking crazy.
That's awful.
Wild. Yeah.
But,
now
hey,
I gotta
hey, I don't mind.
Now I gotta
extra-
drink my fucking milkshake.
I wonder how
through a
much they
paper
pay for
straw.
carbon tax.
Yeah,
down
you know what?
there.
I don't mind paying my
They
extra
pay a
dollar,
lot.
my extra $1 a liter though to fight the cost. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
like to
fine.
know what our pollution levels are. Honestly, like
Well, they're the highest.
like
There's
Canada.
probably reports.
There's no way
Canada and the States and somewhere else are the top.
compared to these
Is that, like,
places.
per
You're telling me we
capita?
pollute
Like,
more
is that
fucking
They say
plastic.
per
There's no
capita,
way.
but then also if you read deeper, the tracking in those nations is not nearly the same. So it's hard to really
yeah,
tell.
there's
China-
fucking
China's-
islands of plastic.
China's
in the
going, yeah,
ocean.
we're number one good known polluter.
Yeah. When it's like our satellite data says different,
Yeah,
tells a
we
different
can't
story.
even see China from space.
It's like I was like, we literally could see your half your country covered in methane
Honestly,
emissions.
it's not-
like coming out of these weird plants.
It's not
like,
our
we
fault.
know.
It's not our fault. It's cold in the winter. All right, you got to heat your home.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I didn't
try living here.
I didn't put the gas into my home. The gas is in there.
Braden should be saving all his branches for winter.
Buddy,
and like, you
try and do a fucking
alternate-
podcast in a garage with no fucking heat.
Yeah.
It's fucking cold.
I'm so like I don't want
Just
to hear nothing.
get
I
some
don't want to hear
branches
any
from Braden
company
that you
guilty.
burn in the garage. Like,
Just get a burn pile in the garage.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You guys are like just making problems with no solutions. Here we go, man. Like, come on.
the rental house I had in Fort St. John, it's funny you say that, is that like when I came in, there was like a weird spot on the roof in the living room. Just weird, right? And I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird. Like, I wonder what the fuck happened there. And, like weird
Like, weird
paint, it just
how?
had weird
Was it,
texture. Like, it was just a weird texture. Like, it was like popcorn ceiling. But then on one part, it was like, you could tell something serious happened. And then they did some repairs. And then they're like, they just painted it. And you could tell. And I was like, oh, that's fucking weird.
All right, well, that's how.
So then I'm like, you know, doing laundry or whatever, moving the dryer would kind of like rattle around. And then one time I moved and I saw something in the back and I pull it out and I see a check from the local strip club to like a girl. And I'm like, oh, it's a fucking stripper house, right? So then one
Snooping
time
her
I'm
trash.
I met my neighbor and they're like, hey, is there any marks on the ceiling in there still? And I went, why? They're like, oh yeah, man. One time the strippers that used to live there had a just rager. They tore the house apart. They had a bonfire going in the living room. And I'm like, whoa, yeah, that's exactly
That's a fucking rager.
Yeah, that's a rager.
Let's burn the
rent-
fucking house
Let
down.
her fly.
Rent was cheap.
I'd hope so.
Fucking,
How do you
so
guys
what was
feel?
it you guys are gonna?
All right, boys.
It's got to drop some knowledge.
something for you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I got something,
Well,
for
no.
you. Something to chat about.
We
Something
just
talk
all
about
have to
the pollution.
kind of retrospect, think about like, you could die at any moment. And some
Listen,
of us here were
not only
closer.
that, yeah, like we're lucky to be alive. Literally,
All the
lucky to be
pollution I
alive.
caused,
Us and a
yeah.
group of our fans, because they're all in the similar age ranges as well. Is there a serial killer loose in Austin? As 4 men in 2 months are found dead in a lake, experts label this a striking coincidence.
What lake?
Coincidence? I think not. I'll get into it right now. 4 men have been found dead near an Austin lake since March, sparking fears of a serial killer on the
March
loose.
last year?
Yeah.
2022?
Yeah.
No, this March.
Oh,
This March, but
March.
there's been deaths that go back
Previous.
as far as previous.
Yeah, there's been
the
8,
same
I
MO.
believe, in total. But John Johnson, 30, Clifton Axel, 40, Jonathan Honey, 33, and John Christopher Hayes Clark, 30, have been found dead in or close to Bird Lake since mid-February.
I thought it was Lady Bird Lake.
This right here says Lady Bird Lake. What did I say?
Bird Lake.
bird.
And I was like, because
Lady
I was like, Lady Bird Lake is the most Texas
You're
lake
thinking about
name.
bird law, probably.
Yeah, bird loss on my brain. Another 4 men's deaths dating back to 2008 have also been linked to the so-called Lady Bird serial killer or Rainy Street Ripper. Rainy
Street.
which we fucking partied on.
Yes, we did.
Okay, but listen, there's something we need to discuss because I feel like they've missed a massive opportunity here with Rainy Street Ripper. Right? Close,
Yeah.
but it's obviously Jack the Dipper.
right? Because he's
Definitely
drowning. He's
Jack the
drowning
Dipper.
the bodies.
He's drowning
I like
people.
it.
He's dipping them in
I
the
like
lake.
it.
Yeah,
It's
Jack the Dipper.
The lake is around 2 miles from a popular nightlife area known as Rainy Street, which your boys who are in this fucking age demographic got super fucking sloppy at and had a fucking time. Got into some questionable Ubers. We fucking scooted home. We walked, extremely inebriated. We're lucky to be alive.
We are.
There are no surveillance cameras covering the area or around the body of water. They've had Facebook groups pop up with this with over 70,000 followers coming up with theories as to what's going on with this, so-called internet sleuths. The APD have been involved and they state that I realize that there is a rampant rumor about a potential serial killer in Austin. We found no evidence of that. The autopsies for the men who died this year were not available, but police say there is no signs of trauma. So I'm assuming that obviously there's no defensive wounds or anything like that. And I would imagine that they would have water in their lungs, because if not, they would assume that they would have been murdered first, then tossed in the lake. But super interesting, right? So I've been kind of going down this rabbit hole, and I found these Reddit pages about people in Austin who have been coming forward because they've been getting drugged and robbed after going to the bars. And they're in the same age groups as these people. So I pulled this one story from Reddit I thought was super interesting. He basically says, I just saw that someone else posted about their friend getting drugged and robbed in downtown Austin. And the exact same thing happened to me last night. I thought I might as well share my story on here. Basically goes into a little bit of detail of the bars that he hopped to, Stubbs and Friends, bars that we went to, had a great time at. And then goes into detail, going out, drinking, have a good time. Talks about the last bar he went to that he kind of remembers going to. My two friends didn't notice anything happen, but I just disappeared around midnight. They called me, looked around the bar, but eventually assumed I had just taken an Uber and went home. I woke up around 9 a.m. in my bed the next day with someone else's cell phone in my case. I didn't remember how I got home or even leaving the bar. So my first thought was to go to the Apple store and try to find my phone. I get there and I'm unable to log into my iCloud account, which is weird because I've used the same iCloud account for 12 years. Whoever had my phone turned off Find My Phone at about 2:40 a.m. and the Apple logon got changed to a new email. So they completely took over his Apple account. I eventually leave Apple and get home and see an email from Venmo. I looked at my Venmo account and I had Venmo'd someone 3 different transactions equaling about $2,300. I looked this name up on Facebook and I am the person asking or accusing them if they took my phone. The guy thought I was the one who robbed or drugged him. He said that the money that was sent to his account was drained immediately, along with all the rest of his other money. We chatted for a bit and the exact same thing happened to him on Rainy Street. So they used Buddy's phone to send this guy money and then drain money from this other guy's account that they robbed.
Oh,
weird.
Which is super interesting too, because you think about it, they put his cell phone case on a different phone. So it makes me wonder if maybe they had a way of him, so it looks like his phone when he's all fucked up and he starts putting in his password, trying to unlock the phone, and somehow they have a way of seeing the password. Like they're hacked into that phone, see his password and able to get into his phone, right? I don't even know if people can do that, but anyways, they go through it and basically he cash apped somebody else $1,500. He had hundreds of dollars of transactions at fucking Target and Walmart. And he fucking also, which is super weird about this, is the other person that he met up with, because they ended up meeting for coffee, the other guy that he sent his money to, same age demographic, and then like an East Indian male in the same age group as this guy, which he thought was super bizarre.
Well,
but it's weird because it makes me wonder. It's like, are these people that are getting dipped in this lake? Are they maybe just like potential victims of these robbers that are just drugging people and they're too fucked up and they end up wandering into the lake?
Well, to me, I was like, it seems like a long stretch from robbing to murder. Like that does seem like
that's what I'm saying.
It does seem like a sophisticated. Like it would have to be more than a group. like probably a group working together. But like from what I hear about the Rainy Street Ripper is like, it just seems like this person might be just targeting people who wander off by themselves. Like they're drunk, intoxicated, wander off. And it's like, a lot of these people, it's like the reports are like, the reports from their friends and lots of people saying is like, they were leaving to get an Uber. And how many times were we on streets with like pubs and stuff where we're like, fuck, we're never going to get an Uber here. Let's walk down the.
Got to go somewhere like a little bit quieter.
A little bit quiet. Exactly. More easier, accessible pickup, right? And if you're stagging around,
go to the sketchier areas, right?
You're easy
a lot
target.
of people hanging out.
But what it did strike me, and I guess we'd have to ask Chris from Denver this because he got fucking all of a sudden blitzed. Right. And we were talking
drunkest guy in Austin.
And we made some friends there that weren't in our groups, right? Could someone have slipped Chris something? Like, does he remember how much he was drinking? Was he drinking more than normal? Was that out of the question?
Remember that really really crazy girl talking to me? She definitely could have been.
Shit.
My God.
She's the murderer.
That's right.
She's the murderer. This is a female murderer.
Case closed.
Case
And
closed.
she was a
she
cop.
talked about murder.
She talked about
Yeah,
murder.
she
She talked
did.
about killing people.
She talked about murder.
Yeah.
She did talk about killing people.
She talked about murder.
She wanted me to get involved in one of the murders at one point.
Yeah.
And I went,
Well, because you kind of fit a certain like.
I was definitely stereotyped, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
you were
assumed
definitely
that you would be-
recruited.
I was trying
for
to be
your blonde hair
recruited.
and blue eyes.
She thought you'd enjoy hate crimes, which you do not.
Do not.
So,
But she definitely thought I did, and she came.
Yeah,
she went
she
for
did.
it. She wasn't even coy about it. She said, "Hey, blah blah blah.
Hey, you want to
commit some hate crimes?" Pretty much is what she said to me.
no, literally, like I was having a conversation with somebody else and overheard this and like did that, and like me and Zell looked at each other like, "What the fuck?"
That's interesting.
It was
terrifying. And then at the same
Especially 'cause I thought I was going to be the one that was a victim of the hate crime.
Dude, no, at the same time though, there was that. What was that? I can't remember his name. The giant black dude standing right behind us, and she's having this conversation with me. I was like, "This guy's going to kill us." There's
Yeah,
no
you
way
gotta
he
get
didn't hear what you're saying right now.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting there like,
terrifying. Gotta go.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if we got a shot of her we can give to one of these groups. We're like, someone check her. She was like a cop or something.
Yeah,
though.
speaking of hate
Burmeister.
crimes, I'm going to commit one right now, so I'll see you later.
Yeah, bye.
Gotta go. I forgot I got some hate crimes scheduled already. Like my schedule's full. I gotta go. Like I gotta go.
I can only commit so many crimes in a week.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
commit so
laying
many
low right now.
crimes in a
There's a
different
lot
country.
of heat on me.
Speaking of that, my cross is just about fucking out of flame. I gotta go.
Yeah,
Like that bad boy, yeah.
I forgot I gotta pick up some kerosene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
Shit.
get that.
Fucking
Oh,
clothes
my
at the dry
robes,
cleaner.
my
I gotta go
robes.
pick it up.
My road to the dry cleaner.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Pick it up.
Yeah, that girl
Next
definitely.
time.
She's prime suspect number one.
She was awful. Terrible human
Terrible
being.
Yeah, absolute
Could
scum.
not get away from that person fast enough.
Yeah, holy.
Yeah.
I mean, Zell lingered for a while.
I didn't want to get away. I didn't want to run away.
Hey, listen, to be fair, she was fucking jacked.
She was.
She was jacked.
She could have not, maybe he tried to
She was a
leave and
police
wouldn't let
officer.
She probably
She
like,
was.
yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
know
right.
what? I'm
She
not
was a police
surprised.
officer.
That's well, she said she was a police officer. I have no proof.
I wish I could say
She showed-
I'm
so-
surprised or that's implausible, but
that's awful, man.
Yeah.
It was
I was like,
never experienced that
that's bad.
before.
But like, so it's funny because people like they're not quite sure how this person's. They have an idea of that may be the case that he's targeting people like that. But
Well, they're all the same demographic. All these dudes.
right? But the same thing. This is the same demographic as a Chicago, like a potential Chicago serial killer as well. And the interesting one about this Chicago serial killer, I think they have like, I mean, it's all internet sleuths and stuff, but they have attributed like 20 murders to this person.
Wow.
And what they say his MO is 100% that they know is that he goes to these bar areas and he looks for like a, mid 20s, 30s male, intoxicated, alone, looking for Uber and goes, "Hey, I'm your Uber, jump in." And that's the last they see of them.
Fuck.
Right. And we know this. We kind of know this because this one guy on TikTok put out this video and he was like, "Man, I live in Chicago and I just stumbled across like this murder theory." And he goes, "I think this guy targeted me and I have a video of it." And he took a video from a concert where he left and he walked around the corner to go hail an Uber because it was too busy and he was drunk. And this SUV pulled up and was like, "Hey, I'm your Uber." And he's like, "You are?" Because he like just did it. And he's like, "You are?"
He's like,
well,
well, he clarifies. It's super interesting. He's like, "You are my Uber or you are an Uber?" Because in his head, he's like, "I didn't fucking call an Uber."
yeah, he called Lyft. That's right. He called Lyft.
Yeah, he's like, "Are you right? Like, are you an Uber or are you my Uber?" Which is a smart
Interesting.
question to fucking ask.
And then the guy's like, "Yeah, just get in. I'll give you a ride." And he's like, No, I'm not gonna get in. Like, who
but
are you?
The tone, like, just sit down, just get in. I'll give you a ride.
Yeah. And then he's like, "I got beer in here. I got beer. I got tons of stuff.
I got candy.
Just jump in." The guy's like, "No." And then the guy films and he's like, "Yo,
I
just
got beef jerky."
And he's like, "Just heads up, like if you're calling an Uber and someone comes, make sure it's yours because this guy like is super sketchy." And he kind of pans and you just see the black SUV in the background. Right. And he's like, "I think this guy almost picked me up. Like, I think I would have been the next target."
He's trying everything to get that guy in the car. If it was Zelda, like, "Hey, yeah,
Right?
we got beer, we got, we'll
Buddy,
commit
we
some
would
hate
have gone in the
crimes.
car
Yeah,
instantly
you wanna
before
do
this.
You want to do some hate crimes, buddy?
We'll do some hate crimes.
You want to burn some crosses?
Get in.
I'm cool with that.
But like, if we were in Austin, some guy pull up and like, "Oh yeah, I'm your Uber. I got beer in here." We would have been like, "Yeah, perfect." Jumped in. We would have all offered it fucking floating in Lady Bird.
Got Jack in the Box?
Never did get that Jack in the Box.
Oh man,
No,
Jack
never
in the
did.
Box. A chicken sandwich. We had chicken sandwiches, Jack in the Box when we were there. So good.
It's it's always it's just wild to think that we were potentially
demographic boys.
But we're the demographic.
You
We
had
were
to brush with
wasted
that.
in the hunting area. For all we know, this killer could have had eyes on us.
We could have been dipped. We could have been
Yeah,
dipped.
we could have been dipped.
dipped.
The other thing we were going to talk about kind of fell through just with interviews and whatever. We were going to talk about that congressional UFO hearing
Oh yeah,
that happened. The backup one, the second one. I mean, if you watch, it's interesting to hear people talk.
Aliens
about
are real. It's been 100% confirmed finally.
yeah.
That's what happened.
To a room of like 3 senators. Like nobody else was there.
Well,
like 7 reporters in the room.
and like they take so much goddamn time, just like rehashing shit. Like I was like half the time I'm like, "Man, you're just killing time here, doing nothing." He's like, "Yeah, we don't know what these are." Like it was cool. He like showed the graph. He's like, "These are stuff we don't know. This is like Mylar balloons, like." And here we're prioritizing data from collected by government agencies because we can back this up before we start looking at civilian stuff. But like for me, it was lackluster. I was like, "God damn, these things are boring." Like it's like just show me.
It is. I would say I watched it and I kind of found it interesting because this is the actual development of a real, this all domain anomaly research resolution office, the ARROW or whatever they're calling it. This is the very early days, and I think I said it before. I was like, it's going to take them a while to actually get what they're doing, and they talked about how there was some talk of like how they're getting kind of pushback, and they haven't really formalized a lot of the channels that they go through to get the reports in. And there's some things like there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been, some roadblocks that haven't been cleared, just to be like, who's cleared for this information? Like, can we give this to you? What's the clearance gonna look like? Like
That's one of the best parts. They're like, "Do you have clearance for this?" He's like, "No." They're like, "Well, we need to work on that." He's like, "Oh, that'd be great."
Can't really give it to you then. Like it's got some stuff in here, and like we don't really can give you all the stuff that. Because if it gets disclosed, like some of the things they were talking about, how like some of this stuff is like they can't give that information because it would reveal a lot of our, and we've talked about it before. It would really reveal a lot of like intelligence gathering methods and
our capabilities
detection capabilities and methods that we use that are not public knowledge because they are stuff that potential adversaries might take advantage of, and you wouldn't want them to know everything that we're doing. And they talked about how many reports they've kind of done so far. So they said that what was it like in July is the last time I guess they published a report, and they said that one was like they were working on like 500 reports, and now they're up to like 650 cases, I think is what they're saying. And I like the way that the director, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, kind of laid out the the way that it's structured, I've actually found this pretty interesting too, is that, so they have what they call like a red versus blue team. So they have a intelligence
Like the old
community
Halo?
team. Well, yeah, they all just get in a big room and play Halo. There's an intelligence community team. So you have your spooks, you got your spies, and you got all these guys going over some of these cases and stuff. And like he gives them, they take a case and they disseminate the information and data that they have from this case, and they give it to the intelligence community team, like your spooks, your spies, and whatever, and like that. And then you give them to your science and engineering team. Your scientists, your NASA's,
Your nerds.
Physicists, your nerds, whatever, you know, and they both go over the information that is available to them, and they don't really they don't trade information, they don't whatever, until they come back together after they've made their conclusions, they've made their reports, they've written all of what they've, they feel like they've come to a conclusion.
Yeah, so they don't bias each other.
And then they come together, and then the cases are adjudicated by the director, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, and like a panel staffed by him and a couple other guys. And they kind of figure out where they're gonna, where they're going to put this.
They're like, what category do we put this in? Swamp gas, Mylar balloon, weather balloon, or Venus?
And they just throw darts at a board
Gatorade.
to get it too. They don't actually do anything.
There was a comment in there that I found interesting, and I've come across in a couple other articles and stuff that I've seen in recent times, talking about how some of these sightings, not all of them, but some of them, can be probably attributed to emerging tech in places like China. And he made a specific mention to China, be talking about how some of these things would be possible in the United States, in North America. Like, we could do this stuff, but the fact is that China is they are less risk averse than the United States, because they're just willing to they're willing to do anything. Like, they're just like, whatever they're.
Didn't the last thing they shot up into space? They were like, we don't know where it's going to land. It is what it is.
Well, they do that a lot, man. They do that a lot. The death lottery, where their satellites are just like, it's in decaying orbit.
Yeah. I found that kind of interesting, but so they've
that's
also
true. We have red tape. Like, we have red tape, and it's like we regard human life. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously people that can risk it, and there's certain things where they will take a risk. But I'm sure they're just like, hey, strap in, you're next. Like, I don't know how much of a choice you're given, whether or not is to fly this. And they're like, all right, 10 G's to full stop, instant death. Okay, take it back a little bit. Let's try the next one.
So it's there's still, again,
they have kids making your Nikes over there. I can't imagine what they're doing with your crash test dummies.
Yeah. It is it is a nice, cool little window into what exactly goes into something like this. And I'm kind of worried, as most of these things are, that it's going to get to a point where they're going to keep having these meetings and nothing's going to get done, because it's like they just have these meetings and it's like nothing. We didn't find anything. Well, or if we identified it, we don't know what it is.
Or they can't release it, right? They're
like, we can't explain it. We can't explain what this one is exactly. And the Kirkpatrick did show. He showed like 2 videos. Like, he showed 2 videos. One showing of an object that, like, we're not really sure what this one is.
One in Mosul.
The Mosul one. Like, there's something flying across like an infrared. They're like, we don't know what that is. Like, we don't, there's not enough data to be like,
we don't know what this is, because you haven't given us the fucking security clearance yet.
It's like a couple
Give
frames.
it to us. Exactly. He basically begged for it. He's like, give me the fucking security clearance, please.
Well, it's like a couple frames and then being whatever. And then one of the other videos he showed was like, this one is like, we went through this one and we had enough stuff to be like, like, we looked at flight tracking data. We looked at this and like, this is a plane.
It's a plane. It's a twin jet. Just like Showstack said.
Yeah, it's a jet. Like, we tracked a civilian plane in this area at that time, and we're like, yep, and that would be this would be the type of heat signature that you would see, infrared signature that you would see from the exhausts on a twin jet. So yeah, this is pretty sure 99%, as close as you can get to 100, that this is a plane. And so it's an interesting window into the data collection process of something kind of this
yeah, it's,
I guess like ambitious, like it is quite ambitious where you're just like, okay, we're going to put together a whole entire new, new government office under the DOD to basically go through all of this. And we really don't know what's required apparently, because it just seems like they're just slapping everything together and just being like, yeah, okay. And then it's like, how far can they get until people are like, why the fuck are we paying these people? And why are you wasting our tax dollars for this?
Or they're just setting up for disclosure, getting it all sorted out. So there's a nice streamlined process.
They're just putting on a show like they do every time with you could say about Project Blue Book, you could say about ATIP, all that stuff. And it's like, they're just doing this dog and pony show in order to shut people up and be like, look, we did something. Didn't find anything, wasting tax dollars. And then everybody will forget about it for about, 8 or 10 years. And then they'll do another one. And then they'll just keep doing it and just, whatever. I just hope somebody's, keeping the budget. And it's like, I don't know what, I would kind of want to see what their budget is actually. Like what exactly they are. But the senators that he was talking to did seem, interested in what it was. And
it was definitely like a lot of senators fell off from the first one. They were like,
well, they're interested in being like, oh no, you want to see results. Like what can we expect in the next whatever. And Kirkpatrick seems like a pretty on the ball kind of guy. The dude has like credentials at the fucking wazoo. The dude's pretty dude's like a laser physicist, all kinds of crazy stuff he's been working on, DOD contracting,
lasers,
all kinds of stuff. I think both private and government sectors. He's a pretty good like fusion. Like he's worked in both areas, so he knows what he's doing essentially to run something like. I think he's worked in both like intelligence and areas and stuff too, and like developed super secret technologies and all that kind of worked on that kind of stuff. But I think he's kind of the dude for the job. He also seems kind of good humored about some of the stuff. Like he seems pretty like, he seems like some of the stuff is kind of funny. I like how they've like come up with the term basically somebody else's problem, SEP. Like they kept like talking about that, where he was just like, yeah, basically we're trying to figure out all this stuff until it becomes somebody else's problem, where it's like we can shunt it off to here being like, this is not us. Like we don't have to deal with this, and then whatever.
Take this away from me.
Yeah, but it was like he kept using that acronym SEP and being like somebody else's problem. Like that's now become
someone else's problem. I like that. I'm gonna start using that every day.
Yeah.
It's just part SMP. Of their lingo, like their office lingo, which I thought was interesting. It's just like, that's pretty funny. Our favorite Oumuamua expert, Avi Loeb, wrote like an opinion piece, I think in The Hill, about talking about this. And he was kind of talking how he thinks that the Arrow is not exactly they are focusing too much too terrestrial, what he was talking about. He was talking about how Arrow studies anecdotal data that was obtained during the routine operation of military and intelligence sensors, but not through a systematic scientific study of the sky. So he's saying that they should be training more, like collecting more data from outside of like the the atmosphere, outer atmosphere and stuff like that. And he, I don't know if this is just a chance for him to pump his Galileo research project, which is
and he's like, I'm the man for the job.
Kind of, yeah. But I think because he talks about the vast output of infrared, optical, radio, and audio data will be analyzed systematically by artificial intelligence classification algorithms and search for anything that other than natural or human-made objects that Arrow aims to transition into the SEP category, somebody else's problem. So he's talking about his Galileo project is like they're going to have this system of collection of observatories that all have the same capabilities, and they're going to be spread across the globe, observing the skies.
Well, it makes sense. Like it's like, who cares whence they're here and moving around? Let's catch them as they're coming into our atmosphere, right? Because then you have one. Like then it's like then you can right then like you're kind of like getting ahead of the game. You're like, all right, this one is coming into the atmosphere, and now whatever it does down here, we know it's not from here. Easy. Bingo, bango, bongo. I'm Avi Loeb.
Yeah, and he is talking. He does make a kind of good point about like Arrow should in this effort should be provided with information that's gathered from things like well-calibrated sensors that are attended by scientific professionals. Like these are people who know exactly what they're doing. Not that they have to.
Yeah, he's like not Laser Boy over here.
No. He's saying that the Arrow should not have to rely solely on stuff like shaky cell phone camera videos and anecdotal evidence from people who
and I mean, Kirkpatrick is he's been saying that he's like they're not really prioritizing those because they don't have a lot of data. So it's like.
I mean, there's plenty of those like you see in Blue Book. Like in Blue Book, they wrote down like a bunch of them. They're like, somebody so and so from something Illinois reported seeing a flash of light and whatever. And it's like, we don't know, unknown. Like we weren't there. There was no evidence of anything hitting the ground, And so, called my office, somebody called my office and made a report and I wrote it down on a cocktail napkin or something. It's just, but yeah, so there's that, It is early. It is still early days, even though this thing has kind of been in the, it's kind of been in the works for like almost like a year or year and a half to maybe 2 years almost at this point. They're still kind of getting the gears to start to turn to be like, we need to nail down exactly what our reporting processes are, which I think they've done. They said like, we've pretty much got that. But we have to, now it's just about collecting data. Like we need more data, which is,
I got another conspiracy for you guys.
Shoot it.
Do you have to separate your colors in the wash?
No,
Never have.
Never have.
They're color safe detergents. Like it has been for like the last 20 years.
Yeah, like I thought, like I was always.
Unless you have shitty clothes that bleed. Like
I mean, just don't fucking watch red with white or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of.
Or if you just have like really
colors with
poor
colors
quality,
and whites with whites.
If it's poor quality clothing, like it.
What if I just do one
like,
giant pile of all?
That's what I do every time.
Yeah.
That's what I would just do all.
yeah.
That's what I do every time.
Well, I was using cold water wash because I was under the impression that if I used cold water wash, my clothes wouldn't bleed. So I was like, I'm lazy.
We just use cold water.
But then apparently, like you can just go ahead and use hot water, and that's not really a thing anymore. Apparently.
Yeah, most clothing is like color safe. Like it won't.
Yeah, I was like, and same with detergents and stuff. I was like,
just don't throw anything in there. You bought
this
from
goddamn
like
big detergent
from like a night market in China or something. Like just don't throw that stuff in there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Your favorite pair of like red jeans or something, like red colored jeans that you bought.
Yeah, your fucking Michael Jackson bad outfit. Don't throw that in there.
Throw that in there.
It might be a little tough squeezing back into that.
Just get a fucking chemical peel your legs, but get those glutes chemical peeled.
Dude, I would get. Oh, buddy, you can't. Okay, this is a weird one. When my landlord came over to fucking move the giant piles of, like, there's so much brush because he dropped the trees. So he was helping me the other day, and he goes, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You go to the gym?" And I go, "Sometimes I haven't been in like a month ever since Roma was born." He goes, "Yeah, you got a big old ass on you, huh?" And I was like, yeah. He's like, "Yeah, big legs." I was like, "Thanks."
Is that a compliment?
I was like, I don't know.
Are you saying I'm fat or
hitting
like,
on me or what's happening here?
Where's this going here?
Well, I figured I was
real
wearing, like,
racehorse, buddy. Did you smack your ass after you said that?
I figured it's because I was wearing these like.
Did you work a deal with your rent?
Yeah. Well, I did wear my shorts.
You Tasty Dukes. So you're just
Did you
no,
pick up
it's-
anything with your ass for him?
No,
Show
what
him how
it,
strong
I was
your
wearing
cheeks
these.
are?
I was wearing
Did you drop
sweat
it
shorts,
low?
like the fucking Puma sweat shorts that are the short ones, but they're tight. And when I wear them, oh, my ass is hungry. You know what I'm saying? Right, like full crack, like you can see in these things. Just eats
do
it,
the bend
eats those sweat shorts right up.
Hungry.
Awful.
Do you do the bend and snap? You're like, oops, I dropped my wrench.
I bend and snap every time I bend over.
Pick up these branches.
Because that's my
all over the
spine.
yard.
It's my spine cracking when I stand back up. So it just sounds like a bend and snap. That's a weird, dude. The weirdest part about me having a baby right now has been like, there's just random, like,
The weirdest thing about you having a baby right now is someone procreated with you.
yeah.
That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, lucked out first try.
Made one.
Can happen to anyone.
My like, dude, I had a sore elbow from hurting the kid. My just elbow, I'd like from
From hurting the kid, like elbow.
from hurting the kid. You know?
Elbow drops.
It's from hanging off the bed. It was from my arm when Jamie was pregnant. She took up the whole bed with her stupid Riddler fucking pregnancy pillow.
Yeah.
I was like hanging off, and then my elbow would hang off the bed, and just the weight like hyperextended my elbow. So I was dealing with like nerve pain for so long. That went away. Literally the day it went away, holding Roman, just fucking pinched nerve in my shoulder. Like one of those ones where like the stinger where you can't raise your elbow higher than like parallel with your shoulder. And I was like, what the fuck, man? All
Getting
from
old, buddy.
holding this 12-pound kid. It's like, it's unbelievable.
I get that in my, like when I hold them, and my lower back just fucking lights up. It's awful.
Vanny headbutts me like I'm
Yeah. Well, he's
like
hungry,
crazy
fucking
now.
Climbing
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. The funnest part. It's
Tough life, buddy.
it's like the lack of sleep now is like,
Oh, now you're on the lack.
because you're back at
now
work.
you're on the lack of sleep. Yeah, because you're working.
oh buddy, like I said,
No
like,
daytime
Fucking
naps.
a month ago, you're like, oh, it's a breeze.
It
I
was a
love
breeze.
It's great.
So easy. It was a breeze.
Oh, it's great.
I was
you
a
guys
breeze.
been complaining about.
I didn't knock on enough
Guess you
wood.
guys just aren't as good at dads as I am.
Yeah.
I'm
This is
best
easy.
dad out
I've
there.
been doing it for 2 days.
I was early nomination for Dad of the Year, and that's gone.
And it's gone.
It's like last night, just like literally didn't sleep a wink. Zell, I was telling these guys before the show, I would be like, it'd be okay because you're so frustrated, you just won't sleep. If he was like just screaming, like, like then you'd be like, okay, like, yeah, all right, you're not sleeping. But he doesn't do that. He's like happy. So in the middle of the night, he's like, and then like you go and pick him up and he's so happy to see you. And you're like, no,
If he's happy, just let him fucking lay in his bed happy. Why you gotta pick him up?
Don't pick him up.
because he doesn't stop. And then he goes,
Yeah, my kid does that shit too. Just let him
and then he
fucking snooze.
kicks the bassinet, bop, 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 bop. And I'm like, fuck. So I
It's the
think
first
I'm
of
like,
many.
okay,
Just when
I
you
can-
think you have it under control. You're like, I'm getting
like-
good sleeps this week. It's fine. And they'll throw you for a loop.
oh yeah, man.
I say,
It's
fuck you, Dad.
pandemonium.
We're gonna party
No sleep
tonight.
for you for at least 6 months.
Yeah.
I like it's nice having a job though where you don't really know anyone because it's like I can just no, I don't have to be
No,
myself
you've been
at
at this
all.
job for like 3 years. You don't know anyone.
Yeah, but I don't have any. All my friends that I work with have either left or are sick and aren't at work. So it's like I don't have to put any energy into the day. So I just like go in, don't talk to fucking nobody. Go in, do like the absolute. I say I'm in Zeus mode. Like that's what I do at work now.
God mode.
No, Zeus mode. It's zero effort unless supervised. Right. so it's like, you know, see, I'll hear some around. Someone's like, hey, where's Braden? I'm like, oh, I'm over here. Yeah. What do you need? But like, I'm
Working hard.
Working hard.
Just grab a broom real quick.
Yeah.
Give her.
I'm dusted.
There's no panic room to hide in, I guess, eh? Like it's
That was the
tough.
best part about working construction was like days where you're feeling rough and you're just like, I'm just going to hide out today. Like on a big site, you're like, I'm just going to.
Buddy, fucking putting doors up and just laying on the ground, having a snooze. Fucking buddy walks in, zip, good.
Yeah, dude, those big sites,
Done.
man, it was so funny because so
Just
many
go
people
hide,
do
find
that.
a closet.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I was working for fucking Sawchuck at the Southwinds, like when there was like no electricity, anything, you could hide everywhere. And literally just like you wouldn't even know you'd be sleeping and you'd be sleeping next to somebody else. And you wouldn't know until you like turn on your phone. You're like, oh fuck.
And it's like they couldn't figure out why they had double the employees and they still weren't getting fucking nothing done.
We can't hire enough guys around here.
Yeah.
Good old days. Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking, dude, I'm so glad I don't work slaving away, swinging a hammer anymore. Sorry, Zell.
You make good money. You actually make really, really good money if I wanted to do it full time.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's going to be a shift in like maybe within the next 10 years where like, we're going to see
Trades.
another
Now
trade.
it's happened already.
Yeah.
For
Is it?
every two,
Yeah, I think
for
my
every
kid-
two guys retiring, there's only one coming in. So I've gone to a couple jobs now, and I just go, I don't know, $4,000. And they go, yep. I go, really? in my mind, I'm like, I'm doing the math. I'm like, that's like $300 an hour. There's no way.
Fucking awesome. Kind of, how big is this catio you're building?
So a little more,
Jesus
a
Christ.
little different than the catio. A little more finishing involved.
That's fair.
But people, like, there's
Okay.
there's just no one doing it, I guess. Which is nice because then I only have to do 2 or 3 days a week. And I still get 2 or
that's
3
nice.
days to do
Yeah,
other
there's
stuff.
fucking idiots like me who are just like, I don't know what to do.
I
give you
feel
all
like
my
I'm
money. Just figure
I'm
it
pricing
out.
high, but I guess I'm not pricing nearly as high as everyone else.
Which is crazy.
Like, this is insane. But
Well, you
So
know
just
what it
price
is?
really
though?
high and only work once or twice a
That's
week.
what
Well,
I
no,
do.
the thing is,
I work
$50,000.
I need a full year's wage, please.
Yeah.
I'd be
the
done
thing
in a,
is,
I'm done
I
in a
guess, is
weekend.
like with here, it's like you can't get contractors to do. There's no tradesmen to do shit. It's so backlogged. So like people like I know a guy who's like getting a shed built in the backyard for like a pump house for his pool, and it's like it's been sitting for like 8 months.
It's like a 2-day job.
Yeah, and he's just like no one will take it on because they're too busy.
That's you.
Right,
That's
and
where you
there's
come in.
Yeah, why don't
Go
you
build
do
a
it?
shed.
You hate your job, quit and do that and make way more money.
Building a shed's not bad because you can do it all off a stepladder. You don't have to fucking get on a roof.
Yeah, it'd be
and-
easy. I could do a shed. I'm not.
But you could be a shed
You'd be a
guy.
shed- yeah, you'd be a shed
I
guy.
wonder
You look like
if
a shed
that's why he
builder.
keeps bringing
You
it
look like
up
a
to
shed
me.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like, hey, you
probably.
build some
He
pretty
wants you
nice
to
patios.
offer.
How about
Yeah.
a shed?
Wants you to offer.
Yeah.
Why don't you be a shed guy?
4 walls and a door, maybe a
Shed
small
dude.
window. Easy peasy.
Buddy, you're fucking taking the entire summer off. Go build some sheds.
Oh, buddy, I'm painting fences. Have I not told you? Me and Miss Conspiracy painted fences.
You did actually say
Then you gotta hang out with conspiracy. Like that doesn't seem worth it.
He'll be on the other side of the fence.
you'll have
That's what the fence is for.
yeah, 8-foot fence solid.
Buddy, you guys are gonna be Wilsoning each other, fucking having combos.
No, I hope it.
You're
I
gonna,
hope
get
it goes.
a, you're gonna get in a
instantly
scrap for sure if you're working together.
How
100%. I bet all my money on it.
he just is.
And
He's
then I'm
just.
gonna get a phone call of you crying. Come pick you up from work.
He's Papa Conspiracy 2.0.
Yeah.
That's a true story. I did cry at work and had Andrew. I was so fucking mad.
But
I was gonna.
it's shitty, man.
I was gonna murder my dad on the job site.
Should have. Hey, I've been there.
I
didn't last
was-
one day with your dad.
It was like one of the only times where I've ever been so mad that I cried. Like where
Just
you just uncontrolled.
anger.
Like, yeah. Oh, dude. Just
yeah, you were young too.
Oh, yeah.
though.
I was probably
we were
like
kids. We were fucking
18,
young.
19,
Yeah, we were fucking
25. I don't know.
32.
Anything
it's
anything
so-
before 30 is a blur for me right now.
Yeah.
All blends into one.
That's the concussions.
I think so.
Yeah. Because it's the same thing. Now, what do you like? What are you doing for your kids with sports? Like, are you going to play, like, put them in sports you can't play with them?
Like I can't play.
Well,
with
that's
them.
the thing I'm kind of struggling with because he really likes hockey, and I'm like, I don't even know how to tie your fucking skates, buddy.
You don't have to. That's even easier if you don't have to be the coach.
Well, I just feel like if the kid's going to be really successful, like, you got to be like, if it's something they
My
truly.
kid's gonna play baseball.
Yeah. That's baseball.
Your kid's going to play whatever he likes the best.
Well, he's gonna play baseball. He's gonna do baseball. Both of them are gonna have to do one martial art, and then they can pick whatever sport
Wrestling.
they want. But I'm gonna try and get them away from fucking I don't want my kid to play football.
Well,
I'd rather I'm not.
if you're going to play a sport, try and save the brain if possible.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
I-
you don't
that's
need
what
to
I'm
have
like. I'm not
CTE
even like with what we know about
Wait,
contact sports
it's like
now.
want to do martial arts, but don't want to do football. Like,
Yeah,
but CTE.
yeah, but safe martial arts.
Yeah,
So you don't have to fucking spar and stuff like that. Right? Like I'd like to do jujitsu. I'd really like them to do jujitsu. It's not my kids aren't gonna be learning Krav Maga at fucking 4. Like,
kill people with pipes.
yeah, judo tosses.
Dude,
are cool. It's
I watch those like Olympic judo championships. Like those shits are crazy.
I don't want to
They're so
get
good.
fucking judo thrown by anybody listening to this,
Amazing.
but that kind of stuff is starting to be proven to be a little bit archaic now.
It's,
like
it's fucking dope as fuck though.
It's cool, but they're like now everybody's kind of trending towards the more effective martial arts, unless if it's for self defense and
I mean,
Well, it's cool.
submissions
It's like,
go
dude, it's
all
like
the
watching those dudes like
trump
twist
all.
up like their clothes, like because that's part of judo. It's just like
Yeah, it's cool.
twisting the clothes and just like and
tossing,
like tossing.
motherfucker.
Well, yeah,
shit.
judo on judo, like in an actual match, but then judo versus like some fucking black belt
a grappler?
jujitsu wrestling master, like it's over.
yeah,
Like,
it's gonna fucking
They're like,
strangle.
hey,
them.
put on this gi for me.
It's like when I fucking went to Toshido for the first time, being like, "Oh, I know the box. I'm going to beat everybody."
You know,
up.
now that martial arts are
getting choked and kicked.
now that MMA is so popular, like when we used to go to the bar when you're 19 or 20, there's very few people who are skilled fighters. Now
Yeah, you just don't fuck with the guy in the tap out
now
shirt.
everyone could be a jiu-jitsu black belt.
killer.
Well,
You wouldn't even know who they are.
And the
Here in the
dangers,
United States, everybody's got a gun.
Also,
the
that
dangers I think of that too is
It's
like
a lot worse.
you're gonna see is like I feel like when we were growing up, like the kids who were really into that stuff. What was that kid? Zell, do you remember that soft spoken like goth kid? I want to say his like name was Jonathan. He was like super skinny.
I think it was John actually.
What John?
It had to be
So
skinny
this
because
guy,
goth, right?
this guy was maybe out like he looked like 100 pounds, like super goth, super nice guy. And I remember like for one day, whatever, some of the school bullies jumped on a school bus. They would like target someone, jump on that person's school bus, get off by your house and like jump you.
Yep.
This is my
Right?
friend.
Right? And they would
this my
jump you.
buddy?
And then no, it's
No, it wasn't
it's
actually
not your boy.
Not your buddy.
Not Kev.
But so
Kevin?
I remember one time they went to go after our buddy Zach, right? And they went to, and there was a bus stop by Zell's house, and they got off. And this Jonathan kid, and mind you, no one knew this kid was a fucking killer, right? And these like guys, you know, they're gangs are at like pants hanging out of the
He was like
unit.
he was like a kickboxer or something.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, leave him alone, guys. And they're like this like nerdy goth guy. They
you
instantly
gonna do?
turned to him. Dude, he pieced these guys up. He's like, first off, he's like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. And then he pieced them up. He kneed the one guy in the head, like dropped the other guy. And he's like, I don't want to fight anymore.
I've never
You
even
guys
seen a
are-"
flying knee before, and this kid's just throwing
Yeah.
it out of nowhere.
And then
being in school and having like small abilities of like some type of martial arts, it goes a
But
long
what
way.
I'm saying is the next week they rolled up with him with a bigger crew, and the guy that got kneed in the head was like, let's fucking go again. And he just stood there. He's like, no, like I have nothing to show you. Like
I already beat your
yeah,
ass.
he's like
what I
this.
gotta do?
And he ate a couple punches, ate them, and was just like, sorry, it's not worth it for me. Sorry.
That was almost more impressive. Just took 4 or
Yeah.
5 shots to the face and went, meh.
It was like, I can't. And that is the self-restraint that was
Discipline,
taught and
man.
discipline that was taught.
Yeah.
And with it becoming so popular, part of me feels, I wonder if that aspect of it gets a little watered down. Right. With so many people
You got the
joining in.
Cobra Kais.
There's
You got
not
the
a-
Cobra Kais out there.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
There's not a lot of fucking fights like that anymore, at least around here.
Buddy, you guys got a story of a guy two kicking someone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, that's we're talking
Yeah, but
adults.
that-
buddy,
yeah,
and
but
that guy,
That guy's a
like,
murderer, and he was 30 years old.
yeah, that guy, yeah, he was
But
a fucking. Oh man,
that's what I worry about for the next generation. Is
Is
you're
he
going
in
to
jail?
see full-on MMA fights outside
no,
the bars.
I got him. I can look him up on Facebook.
he's still
Find out
around?
What's up with him? Yeah, Todd Travis.
Tom Travis is-
That's a beauty.
2 kicking. 2 kicks, baby.
Canadian
Woo!
gladiator.
Or maybe it's like nukes. Maybe it's like nukes where it's like everyone's trained. So now that it's so peaceful at the bars because everyone's like,
Everyone's like,
I don't
oh.
know.
But the problem with that is there's always somebody bigger and badder.
Yeah.
Always, like you think you're hot shit, and there's always somebody.
As
who's
long as you
better than
don't think you're
gonna
hot
get beat
shit
up.
and you keep it reserved, you don't show it,
Yeah.
then you never know. That guy comes at you, and then all of a sudden you get a flying knee to the face.
I remember I kind of got bullied by older kids because I had an afro when I first came to high school, and I was like, I was pretty heavy into boxing at the time too, and I was kind of scared, and like, but I stood up for myself. The guy squared up for me, and I punched him like 3 times, and everybody's like, "Oh!" I lost their mind, and all of a sudden I'm like a little bit of a tough guy, and then getting a couple other fights in school, thinking I'm fucking hard because I can box a bit here, and then like when the first time I fought somebody who actually like knew how to fight, oh my god. Not great. Like fucking do my little boxer shit, throw a couple punches, land him, and then he still keeps coming at me. And I'm like, oh, like this isn't how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, wait,
Like, we're
wait,
supposed to be- yeah, oh, hey,
Wait, give me a
what the
second.
fuck?
This is where I play the crowd.
Yeah, oh.
And then
sure
Andrew
that put-
joins box lacrosse, gets in a fight with a guy who's 180 pounds heavier than him.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that guy was,
guy was
fucking huge.
Huge. And he was pretty fast,
I,
too.
was,
For-
I had to make a name for myself. It was my
had to
first
get
game.
in there.
I love that. What are you gonna do? And then the guy instantly drops his gloves. Andrew's like,
oh, fuck.
Well, no, he's like fucking going with it. And I told him, he's like, you want to fucking call? I was like, I guess. Like, fuck it, let's go.
It's like, that's a mismatch.
I remember that. Well, he fucking cracked me, and my nose got all swollen and stuff. And I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad, whatever. Like me and Braden go to Vancouver for the Canucks game, And like, whatever, everything's okay. Driving back. And then my nose just like the pressure change.
Oh, it had like a
And
blood
like,
clot in
my-
there and it just
Yeah,
built
it was
up.
wild.
Oh, my nose bled for fucking like
it was wild.
8 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
like 2 streams, like fucking. I was like,
God.
oh yeah, that guy broke my nose.
All over. It was
Yeah.
it was pretty wild.
Yeah, I had to take my shirt off. Yeah, it was good. Fuck it.
Anyways, don't get in fights. Save your noggin.
no, it's not
Save
worth
your
it.
noggin.
Dude,
It's not
fighting's
worth
so
it.
stupid. I was like,
It's not.
I've been in a fight in 10 years.
I've been in a fight since I got
I've got to fight in traffic with my son in the vehicle. Like embarrassing. Like, no, like super. But Jessica's on the fucking, I'm talking to her on the phone. I'm coming home from boxing, so I should be nice and calm. Niall's in the back. Everything's good. And there's a guy doing 35 on Lakeshore. So I give him a couple,
That's
like
a 50
bop-bop.
zone.
Yeah, I'm giving him like a bop-bop, like a quick little bop-bop, whatever. He's still doing it. I'm talking to Jess. I'm getting kind of a little bit more annoyed because I'm getting chirped a little bit. So then I give him one of the fucking like, right? Brake checks me.
Little fucker.
And I'm like, well, so like I had to go in the fucking opposite
Buddy,
lane.
no fault
I almost-
insurance. You just fucking ram them.
Oh, buddy. So I go in the other lane, right? And I'm like fucking
Instant
like,
red.
I'm red
Instant
right away.
red.
Well, and then he fucking rolls his window down, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, said some shit about this is what his car does, and I'm like, fuck you. I told him to fuck off, and he hopped out of his car, and like before I can think, I'm like fucking door open. Running out on Lakeshore, fucking grab him, like, let's fucking go. And then he does this and like goes back in his car, fucking speeds off. And my fucking kid's on the car, my wife's on the phone, and I get back. But I get back in the car and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Did you get in a fight with a guy just
Like-
down the street from your house too, just recently?
Yeah, no, yeah, I know, but it's like, this isn't normal behavior.
Dude, you know what's
like,
funny? You
I
know what's
don't
funny?
You're just at high stress all the
Niall?
time. Just one
Niall-
step from the edge.
Niall's having my childhood.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. You know, the thing is,
You're gonna
though,
be fighting
is-
guys in
okay,
the
so
stands of his sports games.
Jessica was so mad. Jessica was so mad at me. She's like, "You fuck it," like in front of her kid. And I'll be honest with you, I was pretty embarrassed. Like I was like, that was ridiculous behavior. And I look back, and my kid's like, "Hey, Dad," just like totally normal. And I'm like, if he's not concerned with what just happened, I act like this way too much.
Andrew is he's Randy Marsh. You're turning into Randy Marsh. What are you gonna do?
I get.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Well, what are you gonna do to me? And then I for
Be
whatever
going to
reason,
Niles
that
sports
just, like,
games just to be like, hey, you don't got to fight at this one. He's like, no, man. There's this guy on the other team. Like, he's winning all the fights at the other tournaments. He's been beating up the other dads. Like, I got to get in there, man. It's like this is the biggest fight of my life.
Oh,
She's like,
dude!
you don't
if Niall
have to
played
fight
contact
him.
sports,
You don't.
you'd lose it. Could you imagine some like other fucking loser dad in the stands like yelling at Niall?
Oh yeah, you're getting a fight in the. That's what I mean. You're gonna get in a fight in the stands of the
Buddy,
game.
listen, you say I'm gonna like I'm gonna be like your dad. Do you not remember Sally in the fucking stands? My mom.
Oh yeah,
My sister.
No, I remember.
Oh yeah,
I remember.
Me and my mom got kicked out of the same lacrosse game.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Her in the stands and me on the floor. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking. Yeah, I don't know. I will have to be put in check when it comes to sports, or I just have to like. That's what that's why I want to go on that fucking mushroom journey or whatever.
Yes.
Just see if
Let's
I can
do
like,
it.
mellow
Yeah,
me out a
we
little bit.
got to figure out a pod trip. Where's it decriminalized?
We're going to Peru and we're going to the jungles and we're doing fucking ayahuasca
Hey,
retreat.
listen, we're not going to Peru only because you got a non-refundable deposit. Okay, we're not going.
That trip is dead. That trip is dead. I don't get the money. I don't get the trip or the money. I get nothing. Doesn't matter.
God damn
Seriously?
it! What a
You
Way,
lose
scam!
all
way
that
to bring
shit?
it up. All right. No, I got 60% back.
Oh, that's not
Still,
bad.
that's
That's not.
shitty.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
pretty bad,
I mean,
but-
I lost $500. Could be.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it could be. It could. I could have lost the
Chill.
flight. I could have lost everything. But I like.
Yeah.
We did lose the flight, but because then Air Mexico changed the date one day, we were able to get the money back.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But-
That's good.
We, other than that, if they didn't change the date, we were out of we had nothing to do. We were like, well, I guess we don't go anymore.
Apparently, fucking WestJet's going to go on strike a day after we get into fucking California. So I don't know. How that's
And you
gonna
book,
work.
you're on WestJet round trip.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you get to
And
stay in
the fucking
California.
government. Well, I can't afford that shit. I just dropped the fucking $1,000 American for 2 days at Disneyland.
Well, for the family, 2 days.
Yeah. Holy shit.
3 of us was $1,000.
That must be like the
USD.
ultimate pass or something.
No, it's fucking 1 day at the. Apparently, there's 2 fucking parks. there's Disneyland and then there's California Adventures. I always thought there was the same thing because I remember when I went, I only bought one ticket.
There are multiple parks,
Yeah, crazy.
and you got to
No,
get like a
fucking cool.
ticket for
It's
each park.
Standard
or
theme park
like a
ticket.
bundle.
Yeah.
$83 a day.
Yeah, that's for one park.
One person.
Then it's like, yeah, for like
Yeah.
one park, but that's for just Disney World, right? And then there's like,
Yeah, so
other
I
ones.
bought the two passes.
Two parks,
so one
endless
for-
fun. Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure
what I-
Park.
Is that for $83?
$83 per day. 1 to 5 day ticket. The longer you play, the less you less per day.
It's right there, boys.
1 day, 104. 104 per day
Yeah.
then.
990 USD.
No thanks.
There's no exaggeration
God
there.
damn.
Well, I exaggerated 10 beans.
Damn.
Let's just kind of I'd rather go Cedar Point, like ghetto Cedar Point, and then a bunch of really.
I don't have a choice though. Like I've been strong armed into
I mean,
this.
yeah,
I got in I've gotten a blowout with my
If that
brother
was
about it, 'cause I'm
anyone
like,
but your
'cause
brother,
I had to go buy
if that was
pants.
anyone but your brother, you're not going. There's no chance.
No. Oh, no way. And then I'm bitching because I'm like, I just had to go buy the fucking $150 pants and a bow tie. And then he's like, oh yeah, well, nah, like my kid needs a little outfit and shit too. So I'm like, and I was bitching because I got to go buy him a little suit and all that.
That
And
he'll never
he's
use
like-
after this.
Well, he's like, just get him to wear the one from your wedding. I'm like, the one 2 years ago? You dumb fuck. He's like 3 times the size.
Dude, it's
kids wear-
Disneyland. Why
talking
can't you wear a
about?
costume?
No shit. Everyone should be able
Princess.
that should have been the wedding. Everyone dresses up.
Oh man,
Disney
This- I'm
characters.
like,
Yeah.
there's no renting. there's no renting.
This
stuff
wedding
for
is
the
going to
outfits.
financially ruin me.
That and your taxes, you're screwed.
I'd be like, no.
No, my taxes
Weren't
weren't
that bad? Got figured out?
Yeah, I got it handled. Yeah, they were under $3,000.
That's not bad.
Whew. That's good.
Yeah.
You thought it was going to be like 7 or something.
Oh yeah, I was crying.
He, well, yeah,
'cause I had this
he messaged
trip.
me. He's like,
I'm off work.
it's over 10 grand. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I was like, that
That's
doesn't
what me and Zell
even make
talked-
sense.
Yeah.
It all depends on how much tax you paid and how much you claimed and did not claim.
Yeah.
We got to plan a pod trip though. Probably like a 4-day or weekend, long weekend or something. Somewhere cool.
I'd probably do that. I have to take time off.
Let's
call
pod
it sick.
Let's pod trip to the
There's one
studio.
with all of us though.
I was just pod trip to Thailand.
Yeah, let's do it.
We
Hey,
do
listen,
4
let's
days
do a
in
pod-
Thailand.
Let's do a pod week. Let's do a pod
Easy.
weekend. I missed that shit. That was fun. I'm never drinking like that ever.
Well, if we do
again.
pod week, you
Why
will.
you say that?
Yeah, you have
say
to.
that.
Buddy, we're stacking the fucking Bud Light seltzers.
There's so
and
many.
I was playing
It's
blackjack while we
fresh.
tried to play fucking
When I'm done my
D&D.
reno to the
Let's
house,
never
when I'm
be-
finished the reno to the house,
I'll
I'm doing
never
the
be
reno
that
to the
drunk.
studio, and then it's going to be a permanent podcast studio in here.
Nice.
Look at that weird jug of wine.
And then when that
The
happens, we
fucking
can do
goblet.
it sometime in the summer. Well, Braden might be coming early July, so I'll be ready by then.
Well, guys on vacation all summer.
Yeah, I could come
Dan,
back.
what do we got to
yeah.
do to get you out here?
Figure out a time, really.
Let's get you out here, buddy.
All right, shit. Well, I guess I'm there for 2 weeks in July. So
Yeah. Let's do
Shit.
a pod
Why?
week.
shit.
I could figure something out. I have to book a flight. Flights are expensive now, kind of.
I'll never. I'm excited for this guilt-free pod week though, because I remember the first one when I just had Niall, and you guys are like, "Hey, when are you coming over?" I'm like, "Well, I can't right now, boys." Like,
I remember
well, it's
you
fucking
wa- I
10
remember you
o'clock.
walking
We're
up
supposed
to
to be
the car.
podcasting already.
I remember-
and then fucking, I show up, and you guys are both like, "Hey, man, like if you're gonna be doing this kind of stuff, like we might have to fucking have a conversation." I want to be like, "What's up now, bitches? We all got kids. Fuck you guys."
I remember
I'll still
I
do a
remember you
pod
getting
week.
picked up
Yeah,
and
no
just like
problem. I'll be
feeling like
there.
the feeling of death like radiating it out of the car. Like when you were over there, like we just came
Oh,
to pick
yeah.
you up. It was just like this. I was like, oh my
wave
god,
of
we might
death.
we might watch Andrew get vaporized right here on the street.
yeah.
Just nothing left.
I mean, we've been doing this for fucking.
That was
7
also
years
before
now?
we made any money, really.
Yeah.
But this is we've been doing this for 7
still
years,
making- we're
and
making
to
some
this
money.
to this fucking day, it's still. Oh, you're gonna go have fun with your friends. No, this is not like that's still
I
what
get
this is. Like,
paid
it's never,
to do this.
Yeah.
yeah, like it's still guilt. Like it's still a fucking thing. It's awful.
The guilt is gone for me. I'm out of the guilt. I'm out of the guilt stage.
I'm in the guilt.
I
I'm a,
The
The
I've
guilt
been-
stage.
I've
The
never
guilt
had
stage faded with Spotify, and they're like, oh, I see. And then after Spotify, even though we don't make nearly as much money, that still lingers, even though they don't know.
Nice. Yeah, dude, my guilt stage was so bad that I had to get a divorce.
It's partially true in some ways.
buddy. Listen, Best thing that ever happened to you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
best thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
you're so much happier and just a better person all around.
God, it's better to hang around with you now.
Yeah, there's not the
fucking
constant
great.
weight, that
There's not
cloud.
that fucking parrot on
Yeah.
your shoulder that you had to put up with every time I hung out with
Yeah,
you.
it's-
Like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just it was with
Interesting.
someone who has no friends, like doesn't do anything. It's like holy fuck,
No
man! I can't be your
personality.
fucking
Yeah,
friend all the
nothing
time.
else.
Oh yeah, but I recommend everyone. Someone told me it's like everyone needs a good divorce. I'm telling you.
Get good restart.
I'm telling you, everyone. Don't feel bad. Everyone, if you're listening, you're going through one.
Hey,
Everyone needs a
if
good
you
one.
don't have kids, go for it.
I'd say about 80% of the people that I know that are married are not divorced. Like within my
I think
friend
I think the rate is about
That's legit.
50% actually.
No, mine's over that. My friends, friend wise, like it's fucking crazy.
Rate of divorce.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to 50%.
We'll go North America.
Mine are,
Divorce rate. Oh, Canada. It says 8.6. That's it. What?
That can't be right.
That can't be right.
I think less people are getting married now too. though.
And they all live in.
yeah, all 8%.
Yeah, all
live in Kelowna.
8% live in Kelowna.
Man, all these say like really low, but I thought the rate was extremely high, like 50% over a lifetime. Like in your lifetime,
I've
you're
got
going
friends
to be
that are on their,
divorced.
that are like just ended their second marriage.
That's what I mean.
It's crazy. Like, yeah, it's nuts.
That might be old data. Might be old data.
Well, ex-friends.
Nice friends.
Okay, here's one. So
Yeah, because
this one
fucking-
says
But he's on his,
this one's almost
Third?
2 million. This is US, almost 2 million marriages and 690,000 divorces in 1 year.
wow.
So
Yeah, fucking,
yeah, like
I got
40%.
I have an ex-buddy who's already been through 2 marriages. And then now he's with this new chick that he's probably going to marry. And this chick is my buddy's fucking wife, ex-wife
Oh,
now.
what's going? Everyone's
Oh,
intermingling.
Yeah, awful. Yeah, bro.
That's
Wow,
weird.
this is like blasphemous. This is
That's
like,
weird.
Guy lost about 90% of his friend group with one fuck. I'm like, there's a million other fucking chicks and a million other dudes. How did you guys?
How did that settle?
How
Yeah.
did this even happen? Like, you're just shitty. You're just bad people. Like, there's no reason for this ever.
It's,
zero excuse.
That has always
Zero.
been the weirdest thing to me. That never really happened in my friend circle, where like you would date your buddy's girlfriend after he dated her.
No,
or anything.
that's fucking. No, that's a fucking.
Spread out.
Nope.
Spread out.
There's other humans
Yeah.
everywhere. You can find another one. Like, I don't get it.
Other humans.
There are
Like,
other
just
humans
saying,
out there.
If,
Yeah.
if something happened and every one of us found ourselves singles, Steph and Jess might as well be dead because they're dead to me. Right? You know what I
Well, they
mean?
might be easier.
You let them know they don't have a chance with me. If they, right?
If something happens to us,
If they think they can just walk their way once they're done with you and come over here,
It's not
to
gonna
some grade
happen.
A beef, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So they better just settle in.
you got to move
Like
towns.
that.
Change your pool.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, oh,
Wouldn't you want
Leave the
to?
tribe.
Like,
Leave
why
your
do you wanna
tribe.
be- like, I don't-
You got to venture out. You got to go somewhere else.
I don't want you to rely.
Because then that just lingers. That lingers around that group forever. There's always
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like scorched earth after a relationship. I'm like, I want nothing to do with you or anybody that
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
You know. Yeah. Yeah, it's easier that way. But I haven't been in another relationship for like 11 years or something.
Yeah, weird, man.
It's crazy.
10 years.
And I got 2 kids. Fucking weird.
Okay.
Where the fucking time go?
Ooh, time
It's
flies.
weird, man. It flies. It does fly now. We all got kids. It's weird.
It's fucking
weird, man.
Dan's got his
Dan's
Gundam.
got a
Dan's
fucking
got
army
his
of
gun-
army of Gundams. here.
Gundams.
Dan's next baby is gonna be a fucking one of those robot.
He's got his next one. It's a fucking space
No, it's gonna be a
Marine.
robot
Yeah,
from
for sure.
Robot
Yeah.
Wars. One of those fucking
he's got a
death
He's a
machines.
space marine.
He's got his little his waifu.
I got my.
He's got his waifu pillow.
I got my Legiones Astartes. Like those are my next.
Bet you
ones.
that.
That's
Bet
my
you that
next
thing's
collection.
fucking hard as a rock by now. Yeah.
It's just funny. It's Because like when I sleep, like I like to have a pillow. Like, I like to have my arm up.
It's like a maternity pillow.
Yeah, I like to have
Or
like
you fuck it.
Well, because you see sometimes like some people have
just
on
like
their
to
beds. They have
spoon
the
it.
long, like the
body
they have
pillow.
the long pillows. And I've been thinking about. I've been like,
Oh,
maybe I should get one of those. And then it's like I don't want to buy
Put a
another
little hole in it.
pillowcase. Like I already have
Fuck
a
it.
pillowcase. What if I just use this one? I'm like,
Yeah, why
nah,
wouldn't
that'd be
you?
weird.
No, fuck, take her out for a spin, buddy. Yeah, it's all good. Why not?
It's interesting.
It's a shame if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's such a weird
passive.
thing. It's I get okay. I don't know about the WalMarts where you guys are, but there's like a sex toy section now in Walmart in Campbell River.
Really?
Sure.
Yes.
Interesting.
I think
And-
all Walmarts have started carrying sex
Like
toys,
in the
for sure.
pharmacy or something?
Yes.
Like where do they put
Yeah, in the
it?
pharmacy
Are they on
with like the
display?
contraceptive.
Right
Yeah.
next to the fucking Cialis pills.
So
and
they
fucking
had
Viagra.
they used to just be like loose, like just out there. And now I see they're all under like lock and key because they must be all just getting
people are yanking them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stealing sex toys.
Stealing sex toys.
That's and like the one that's open, the one that people are touching and fuck. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I get all my sex toys for the low prices.
Yeah.
You get on a rollback.
Yeah, to get the great value.
Yeah. It's got the fucking smiley face on it.
At Walmart is where
Holy
where I pulled my only and greatest heist of all time.
Well, okay. Well,
Well, has
hold
the
on.
sweet statute
Hold
of
on.
limitations ran out?
This is
or
fucking
what?
hilarious because I fucking know I've been with you while you've pulled other heists. So let's hear.
No, what other
your
heist?
only heist.
No,
Yeah.
this is my biggest
Tell
heist.
me this heist. You said my only and biggest heist.
I don't steal anything else except for this.
Okay, well, let's hear this, and then I'll tell you if that's.
It's been
the
long
only
enough
time you've
that
stole stuff.
it's well over. I can't.
Statute
Yeah.
limitations is gone.
Yeah.
I had just moved out for the first time, and I needed stuff for the house, like the garbage can and all like utensils and everything for a house you would need. So I went to
Yeah.
Walmart, got a garbage can with a big one, like a big fucking like the size of a human with a lid
Yeah,
and a lock.
yeah.
Wheeled that around Walmart, filled it with stuff. Filled it to the top, like as much as I could stuff in there. Locked the lid, went to the self checkout, bought the garbage can for $25 and left. It's perfect.
Oh, that's greasy.
So hold on, Zell thinks that's.
How much worth of shit do you think you
I
got?
mean, it was maybe it was $200, $250.
I was with Zell because I remember the garbage can, and that worked so well that we pulled that heist again with goalie pads and another garbage can.
No. You're wrong. The goalie pads were this, and I'll tell you the heist.
See, I knew there was another heist.
This wasn't a heist. This
got
was
fucking
This
Ocean's
was an
14
alteration, not a heist. I didn't steal anything.
You did steal.
No, the goalie pads were mislabeled. They were mislabeled, and they were mislabeled
Who
on purpose.
mislabeled them?
They were mislabeled on purpose.
Mislabeled them? Who mislabeled them?
You had these.
Who mislabeled them?
Might have been me. Might have been.
Did you work there?
No. There was a loose tag. My bad. We had the luxury Bauer street hockey goalie pads.
Oh, they were
the,
awesome.
Or the cheap, terrible plastic Coho pads for like $20. It was like $250 to $20. Snip the tag, reattached, self-checkout, you win.
This is the time of self-checkout. This wasn't that long ago.
This is 12 years ago, 15 years ago.
It was like the first self checkouts.
Yeah, it must have just started.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Now
that was the greatest
we don't
heist ever.
condone shoplifting, but
Like you don't just physically, you have to buy something. You have to buy something. Does
that make you feel better?
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like I didn't just like stuff it in my pockets and walk
paid
out.
some money.
I bought-
we paid. Didn't
And in my
totally
mind, if
steal
someone
it.
was like, "Hey, let me check the garbage can," I'd be like, "Oh yeah, no problem," and then buy the rest of the stuff. Is what I was going to do.
I was just
And the goalie pads,
Or I'd be like, somebody
goalie
did
pad,
that?
it's
That's
always you
weird.
just deny it. The goalie pads would have been like, "I don't know, it's fucking tags on there. What do you want me to do?"
I mean, there's literally nothing
deny,
they could do.
deny,
they could just
deny.
be like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm buying all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
buying it all.
We literally live in a day and age where people can just walk out with stuff and they're like, well, you're not allowed to confront
Yeah,
them.
that's
Literally,
under
Zell was a
$1,000.
trendsetter.
Yeah,
That
under
was a
$1,000.
trendsetter. He was
It's
doing
fine.
this. He was doing this before it was cool.
Yeah. Ages ago when I was working in retail, it was basically like you know, if whatever the price is on the tag, that's the price. So even if somebody took like a clearance like sticker, like they took a sticker from the clearance section, stuck it on another item, like a full price item, you had to give them that item.
Because that
like,
was there.
If it's like obviously stuck on there, and it's just like you can't argue with them. It's like that's the price.
The price is
like,
the price.
You know,
Stupid. So fucking stupid.
I also want to, but I also want to be like, fuck those companies. Like you guys make billions of dollars. Like I don't give a shit. Like
You know what? Braden has a way more sophisticated heist that he did. It's so terrible that I don't even know if we could say it on air.
It wasn't terrible.
You stole so much money.
No, it wasn't.
Bye.
It wasn't that.
No,
much.
we can't. Oh,
You didn't-
we
I
don't
had
wanna
an-
talk about that.
I had an intricate team.
And you have a team. You had a team, a sophisticated team of people all working at the same time to do this same heist.
Oh, dude, I was such a little like 17-year-old scumbag.
You were a
I
scumbag,
had, they had these movie ticket things,
Gift certificates.
gift certificates, and you can buy 5 for $25. And at Christmas time, people went wild, like buying them for gifts, right? And very early on in the year, people would start cashing these things in. And me and my friend, I won't name anyone involved. Me and my friend that were there.
Just incriminate yourself.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's way past statute of limitations.
Let's say for that way.
And
yeah, let's say for that way.
we're sitting in like the box office one day, and then like someone like comes and they're like, "Hey, can I get 5?" And we didn't have a new bundle yet, so we just packaged 5 of the ones that people had cashed in together. And we're like, "Yeah, here, like here's 5 ones," but they weren't like in the gift that. Then he turns and he's like,
Hey,
"Man, we could just totally just collect these, not print tickets for them, because like you just would
don't scan
print a
them.
free ticket when you scanned, right?" And then I was like,
Comp a ticket.
"Yeah, if I was just on the door being the usher for the day, you could just give me a nod and I'd let the people in with no ticket once you've collected their gift certificates, and then we could resell them." And he's like, 100%. We did that for like a week, and then this mom caught us that worked at the theater with us, like a mom, straight up mom. Caught us, and she was like, sat us in the box office, like, "What are you two doing?" And we're like, "Nothing." She's like, "Explain it to me right now." Like fucking chewed us out.
So you had to.
So we explained it to her, and she goes, "I'm in." And she
was slanging them.
We were honestly, what we were doing was petty.
She probably took a bigger cut.
She had to. Yeah, she's gonna report.
She
you.
brought in a fucking cash box. A cash box.
That shit
we
got
had
real.
we had our own fucking like change pool for when people wanted to buy it cash. Right? Like she brought our operation to the next level. She was
This is some fucking high level
was- it
shit.
was
She was the
sophisticated.
kingpin.
She was the mastermind.
She was a kingpin. It was wild. And and so
That lasted a whole season.
for a whole Christmas season,
It got to the point where you guys said, "I don't think we can do this anymore."
we did. We had to go no, because at one point, like the manager of the theater was like, "God damn, are our gift certificate sales low this year?" We were like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like a substantial amount of money. Like it's not like I was like, "Oh, yeah,
It wasn't
I need
thousands and thousands of dollars,
It
but-
was. I don't even know if it was $1,000. Probably not.
I was always way too much of a coward doing any of that type of shit.
Well, I was just so.
Anything like that, my heart feels like it's
I
gonna
watched
rip
my
through my
best
chest.
friend just heist in stores. I got,
fair.
he rubbed off on me.
That's fair.
Whatever, if young and stupid, whatever. It's all good.
I knew a guy who
Fucking West Side
probably
Kids.
stole $50,000 from HMV.
Oh,
You know that guy, right?
100%. Yeah.
It's at the point where I can't name him because he stole
can't name
so
him.
much that the internal audit of the company, HMV Canada wide, was like, your store is short like $50,000.
Holy fuck.
And then, well, I don't.
And
even
there was
know
an
if I can say that.
investigation. There was like secret shoppers trying to catch us. It was like, and it got crazy. I don't actually know what happened in the end.
I know what happened.
Did he get caught?
He got put in charge of the investigation.
Oh, that's right. He was the sales manager.
He got put in charge of the investigation.
my
He's
God.
like,
And he's hiding it even more.
dude, we had so many degenerate friends. Like we had people
Fucking
that would
idiots.
go like, if you just go into Walmart, they had this great idea. Like you just go into Walmart and grab an item and return it. Get a gift card.
No receipt.
Easiest money ever. And so we had buddies that would do this like like every day, every fucking day, to the point where like they got recognized, they got on camera, and they did a like sting operation to pinch them.
Wow.
We also knew someone who was making counterfeit money.
Oh my God. I gotta get my kid
Counterfeit
out
money,
of
and
the
he
world.
gave it to all of us, and we all used it at the bar.
Yeah.
I remember when I was working at the fucking bar, when I was working at Level, I was bartending, and whatever, busy night, they called me in the next day being like, hey, like, we got to talk to you. Come in. And they're like, your cash is short fucking like $2-3 grand. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I'm like, I'll bring in all my tips, whatever. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? And the chick I'm working with, they're like, well, and you know, we're waiting for whatever her name is to come in too. But I guess she went to Thailand, so I don't know. But probably it's not her. So what the fuck happened? I'm like, what do you mean?
She went to Thailand with
It's
$3
so
grand.
short, $2,500. She went to Thailand.
Yeah, it's her.
Like, she fucking, yeah, like it's obvious. Like sometimes you can't run away from a last name, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
It's the way of the road.
What's your fault?
Funny.
No, I'm way too much of a coward.
Dan, what's some
fucking
petty
way.
crime you did?
Yeah, tell us something. What'd you do in Thailand? I know you got for something over there.
Stole Pokemon cards one time.
Nothing criminal. I can't
Yeah,
even
right.
remember.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like this Thailand, the laws are much. Well, they're strict, but also loose.
Yeah, but it's like nothing that. Like I never done anything illegal in Thailand.
No murder.
They murder a single person.
They murder a single person. As hard as weird as that might seem, I guess hard to believe.
I'm getting Dexter vibes from Dan. Thailand, Dexter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's not going back.
Yeah, it's not a
Cheat
crime
on
if
him.
you don't get. It's not a crime if you don't get caught. I mean,
He went back for a job and they turned him away at the border. That's what happened.
we know
You're under investigation. Snuck out.
It's so weird. Like I couldn't even fucking dare. I couldn't even steal a fucking candy now from the store.
I still steal 5-cent
you
candies all the
shouldn't.
time.
Okay, all right. At Save on Foods, I sometimes at the bulk, I'll fucking get a couple. I'll get a couple to go.
We go to
You know what I
Max
mean?
and they're like, how much in the bag? You're like $3. You know, they're like, really? I go, yep. It's like $14 a candy. Like, you gonna count it?
You're
like, nah.
the reason. You're the sole reason why we can't get.
I'm the sole reason the prices are
individual
up.
bags is gone, and you have to buy those koala cups now.
For $9, those fucking koala cups, so stupid.
Well, that's what that amount of candy normally costs. If you're not lying about
That bag of candy probably cost them like 8 cents, and they sell it for like $7. That's gotta be the
rip-off.
cheapest thing to sell. It's just gelatin and sugar. That's it. A little flavoring.
delicious.
It's delicious. They are. They're so good. It's terrible for you. This could be the worst thing you can eat, and I just eat them all the time. Especially when I'm running or working carpentry. I was like, I think I deserve some sugar. I need some calories. I burned a lot today. I'm just gonna eat like 900 calories of candies. No big deal.
it checks out, man.
Yeah.
I'm Skittles. Like,
Math
dude,
works.
that
Skittles
purple
are
bag
so
of
good.
Skittles.
Oh,
The
yeah.
purple bag of Skittles. God damn.
The berry
man.
mix.
Yeah, but dude, you got to look at that dye that's in Skittles. Is getting
I don't
fucked-
give a
it's, like,
fuck, dude.
illegal
I
in
don't care.
California.
In Europe, I think
California?
Skittles were banned.
Yeah, right.
I think Europe banned
Liberals
Skittles first.
Banning Skittles.
Yeah.
I think
Stop.
Europe
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Listen,
bans Skittles.
Be better. You fucking cream of mushroom.
In 2022, Europe banned the chemical titanium dioxide from being used in food, and that was in Skittles.
Too awesome.
Yeah.
Popular foods like Skittles,
interesting.
coffee
Eating
creamer,
fucking
and cake
Skittles.
icing.
so they're banning the rainbow, is what you're saying?
Good.
The EU
that's
banned it
shit.
after saying an evaluation found it no longer considered safe when used as a food additive. Oh, fuck, eh?
And you guys are
We're
fucking
dead.
munching
We're
on that
dead.
shit. Stop.
Pop-Tarts, Gatorade,
Pop-Tarts.
I'm not a fucking.
Gatorade?
Guys like
I don't
Yellow
know
5,
Pop-Tarts.
Yellow 6, and Red 40, whatever those.
Oh shit! Is that Mountain Dew? Oh,
Is that the
fuck.
beaver
That's
asshole
100%
one?
Mountain Dew.
Wait, no. But is it? It's regular Mountain Dew, not the other Mountain Dews. Because if it's Code Red,
Why? But
it's
they
the-
Code Red.
it doesn't
Code
got Yellow
Red.
5.
They're like,
Code
we
Red is
said it
safe.
in the. They're like, we said
Red
it
is
in the
safe.
title.
Code Red is safe. USA is safe. Any of the non-yellow Mountain Dew variations.
Yeah,
are
but then
safe.
you got to worry about the
fucking
red
weird.
40.
I tried the Mountain Dew came out with the new flavor. They came out with Summer Freeze this year, and I tried that one.
It's fucking antifreeze. It's probably awful.
Maybe
Coffee
but it
Mate,
tastes pretty
Ritz
good.
crackers, buttery Pillsbury biscuits, all banned. Wheat Thins.
What?
Frosted Flakes.
Wheat Thins?
What?
Yeah, all banned. These are all
Tony?
banned in Europe and Japan.
Interesting.
Hey, keep going.
What else we got here?
Because so far I've only
These
got
are
Wheat
real things
Thins
all the time,
I eat
blah, blah,
those.
blah.
Toss them out. Throw them out.
They're gone.
Since the kids
They're
try to
on my
make space
diet.
for them. Yeah, pretty much any M&M's. Oh my God.
Peanut
Doritos.
I eat Doritos.
What am I supposed to eat?
Cream of mushroom and ramen.
It sounds like pretty much anything that looks like a fake color is probably banned in Europe. So Mountain Dew, 100%.
No wonder they're starving over there.
Yeah, you need some
Ban all the
energy.
food.
You need some energy.
You did it to
I think I have
yourself,
plenty
Europe.
of energy. France has been rioting for like a month.
Give it-
Yeah, because they got no food.
Give
Because they
them-
banned all the food.
Give them some Skittles. They'll be fine.
or like a couple weeks at least. Maybe not a month, but like a couple weeks at least.
God
I'm
damn.
telling you, a couple months on the Smart Sweets, and you'll be off.
Dude,
the
I
sugar.
do like Smart Sweets. They're way
Me
too
too.
expensive.
Yeah, they're way
No,
too
buddy,
expensive.
You got to see them on the on
Even
sale
at
once in a while,
Costco,
like a London
they're
Drugs.
expensive.
There's and here's the thing about Smart
little
Sweets. They're
boxes.
really good. They are. They're
They're
delicious.
actually-
I love them.
they're actually really
While
good.
you're eating purely Smart Sweets, and then the second you have some real candy after, you're like, God
That's
damn.
what I'm saying. No,
You're like,
no.
fuck.
That's what you got to transition. You don't go back. You just fucking wean off and stick to the Smart Sweets. Now I don't even really.
Buddy, you want to know why you have money problems?
Smart
Sweets. You're
Smart
sticking to
Sweets?
Smart Sweets.
I
buddy.
got two money problems upstairs crying right now. That's why it's not my Smart Sweets. It's not my fucking peach.
I just got to notice some Nova's daycare saying she needs more snacks. We sent her with
What?
like 3 different fruits, cheese,
She's trading them for
yogurt,
something.
a
What,
sandwich,
what
wraps.
kind of cheap ass do you feel like right
She
now?
sees,
That's
she
what I'm
sees
like-
all the
I
other
was-
kids eating fucking
I said,
snacks.
I think we're feeding her like extra. And they're like, no, she needs more snacks.
No.
I said, she's fucking giving it. She's
Well, it's
giving them away. That's what I think.
Probably.
She's
for
giving them
sure.
away.
Well, she sees the other kids eating snacks, and she's like, "Why do I want this fucking fruit when this kid's eating a fruit roll up?"
Actually, they
Oh,
don't.
yeah,
They don't
bro.
allow any
Come on.
sugar at daycare.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, they
That's a
don't
good
do
idea.
grapes either.
It's good policy.
No sweets.
No peanuts either.
That sucks. Peanut butter is that's a tough one. Peanut butter is so good,
We eat peanut butter. I eat peanut butter all the time.
but you can't send it to daycare though.
I'll fucking sit there with a spoon and just have a
It's-
couple.
it is.
fucking
It's delicious.
spoonfuls of it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I still like
sometimes
pretzel.
when I'm
I
really
have some
hungry, I
stuff
do
from
it too.
Costco. The little pretzel, the little peanut butter.
Oh,
filled-
the
the pretzel peanut butter bites.
Those are a
They're pretty good.
fucking.
Yeah, those
I'll
are
put
good.
a couple of
Yeah, those
I put
are
like
a
a handful
problem
in my lunch
because
I
you
put a
will
handful
die.
in my
I'll eat
lunch.
half a
You
jar.
will die if you don't have water nearby.
Those,
That's a fact.
those pretzels be making you thirsty.
Pretzels are
that's
making
for
you
sure.
thirsty.
100%.
They're super good.
Yeah, that's got to be a challenge. Trying to eat 10 of those without a sip of water. It's
I've been
impossible.
pretty good. I've been
I can do it.
so I started with the personal trainer thing. It's like I've been pretty
You got
good.
a
at,
personal trainer?
helping- I do have a personal trainer.
look at me,
Jesus.
Yeah.
So now, like, he's like, it's funny because I told him like right off the bat, he's like, what do you want to do about your diet? So I'm like, I'm not changing my diet. Like flat out, I was like, I'm not changing my diet.
like
I'm
to
just working
eat,
out
okay?
just, like, I like to eat.
I like it.
and whatever. And then, but he's been really good about just kind of like poking me about it. He's like, hey, maybe you want to up your protein or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, fine. I guess I'll up my protein. He's like, hey, maybe you should go like 2 weeks and try go in 2 weeks without cheating. I'm like, what exactly is cheating? And he's like,
like, no Mountain Dew, Dan.
The fatty burger or like a steak. And I'm like, pizza? And he's like, no pizza. I'm like,
You're like, listen, motherfucker, I'm paying you, and I said I'm not
I like
changing
to
my
eat.
diet,
I'm gonna tear your fucking face off.
and I want to see results.
But yeah, I've been pretty good about
are
just
we-
like eating a lot of just.
We're gonna
good
go
stuff.
for a bit longer.
No, we're
Or
pretty much
we
done.
We can
done?
wrap
I
this
wanna-
up.
I wanna
We're
say goodnight
no,
to my
we're-
kids.
we're pretty much
It's a
done.
power hour.
Hour and
half.
40. Yeah.
Power hour
Holy
is
shit.
hour.
That was fun.
All right. Peace, everybody. Peace. What are we doing? We do a power hours. Bye.
Bye.
Keep those eyes
See you
on the
later.
skies.
Hey.
We love you. Bye.